say before it was fine.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well, I found it really interesting that so far everybody has the same letter types, and I have shifted. Like I'm still an ENTP, but I'm so close to the middle now, and I didn't used to be. And I think that's
yeah.
really because I've
Uh,
really been working on balancing my masculine and feminine.
ah, so
And
I'm using the same notebook from the first one too, but I
yeah,
have
we
two
didn't do
pages.
my,
I have 2 pages left. So
so it's time for a new,
yeah, so
a
maybe I
new
do need
one.
a MM3.
There you go. Hey, Krista, you look pretty in red today.
Always
You.
look good in red.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so I
Hello.
think it's just all of us. Pam is on her way back from Italy, and Joni cannot make the call today. And I wish you could smell where I'm at right now
Mm.
because I'm at my sister's. And back here in this back corner, you can't really see it. On the neighbor's side of the fence is an orange tree,
Oh,
and they produce oranges and they bloom at the same time. So it's like this sweet, it's one of my favorite smells of all times.
Are
And
you in California?
I am in California. I leave tomorrow morning. So, yep. And it
Nice.
worked out perfect because my sister took the mornings off yesterday and today. We went and walked the Arboretum, which was beautiful, and went to brunch. And then she had to go to work this afternoon, and I had a call. So it was like, that's perfect.
um, what was I gonna say? What part of California?
So I started out in the desert, and there were a bunch of Joshua trees and stuff at St. Andrew's Abbey in California. It's about an hour and a half from here. And then it was really fun because my friend Maggie from Canada, she rented a car and we went through the mountains on the way.
Mm,
It was a little scary though, because all these motorcyclists, I mean, it was
mm.
like back and forth. So now I'm in Pasadena.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday,
You,
about 4 blocks down, there's a bunch of houses burnt down, and then we went and
Oh
toured
my gosh.
oh,
the Altadena because it's literally like 3 or 4 blocks away from their house where it's just total devastation. There's no words. Like I couldn't take
Mm,
pictures or anything. It was just
too
all you saw
much.
were chimneys, like fences and chimneys.
So sad.
Yeah, it was awful. It was really awful. But anyway,
And then watching some people on social media that I follow, they seem to almost be buying houses not in California, like not
well,
rebuilding, not
yeah, and the unfortunate thing is around here too is a bunch of people just prior to the fire had gotten declined or like their
yeah.
insurance said we're
and
not
yeah.
covering anymore. And so I don't know if you have anybody in the military. My sister highly recommends, and she's trying to talk my dad into doing it because you are allowed 2 generations on UAAA, like
USAA.
yeah, USAA, because she said
USAA.
folks have already been paid out. They've gotten like they've just been great. And
That's who my daughter works for.
oh,
Oh yeah,
nice.
San
Their home.
Antonio's their home base.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
In
USAA. And
fact,
it's
both of them
funny
do.
because when you get sales calls from insurance people and I'm like, oh, well, we have USAA, they're like, okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
See you later. So we're hoping to talk him into it. And then Jenny's like, well, we have to have his military ID. And I said, well, I have his dog tag. So I would think his military ID would be on his dog tags because that's what those are, his ID
Mhm.
tags. So I said, when we get home, they're hanging on my fridge. I'm going to go look it up and we're going to go see what the difference would be and like be able to share with him, like, this is what we're paying. Here's what we could pay. Same for you,
Yeah,
Dad.
and the other thing too, you get dividends. So like, I mean, my checks maybe under 50 bucks a year,
Yeah.
but if they have any extra, they distribute it out and
Yeah. Okay. So today we're going to do a little bit of a working time as well. So if you would please open up on your computer, and Carmen, if you're not quite done with the quiz, you can go back and finish it here in a bit. But um, I want you to open up the link for the document that I sent you, the Juicy Goals document, because we're going to try to finalize those today.
When did you
Is
send
that
it?
something you emailed us?
Nope, I sent it on the last call. Well, I've emailed it. I've sent it in
Okay,
WhatsApp.
oh my gosh.
let
Uh,
me find it.
let me go out and because it would have come. Let me just copy the link. I don't know though if you have.
If you put it in the chat, then we could just click it.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. But Shireen, when I sent it to you in an email, it gives you edit capabilities. And when I just
Okay.
shared the link, I don't know if it does. So we'll have to take a look.
Right.
So,
I'm gonna look in the email right now. I just didn't realize it. Okay.
well, if you look in the chat, I just put the link there.
Oh, the juicy. Okay, I know what you're talking. Okay, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll show it to you here in a minute. But what I want you to do is I want you to go around and I would like to hear about a win, like something fun that's happened and something you're looking forward to. I'll start
Yay.
and then I'll pass it on. A win for me was I've already paid my deposit and will be coming back to the monastery next year, the 8th through the 12th. It was just such a good grounding and allowed me to kind of slow down a little bit. Yesterday I was going to work and I thought, nope, I got sucked into these damn books. They're big, thick. I don't read fiction and I'm already halfway through the second one. And so I just read all afternoon yesterday. We played pickleball. It was fun. But anyway, what I'm looking forward to is I have 2 VIP days where people are coming into town. My good friend Shauna is coming in next weekend. And then the end of the month, Lachelle, who is a coach, is a private client and she'll be coming in for a VIP. So I love doing those 4-hour sessions where people come to my house. It's a lot of fun. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to pass it on to Carmen. What's a win that you've had and what's something you're looking forward to? I'm also looking forward to Easter with my grandsons because that's always fun.
I have a win because I knocked out about 4 projects that I wanted to. And so I said, this is what I'm going to do in the last 2 days, and got them done without having, and had some fires, but still got them done. So that
Yeah.
felt like that's where I need to
Yay.
concentrate on going. And what I'm looking forward to, we're going to have a family celebration on Easter, and
Nice.
I'm going to bake dessert. So the other thing
Ooh.
that I accomplished was this weekend, after sitting down and getting some tedious work out of the way, I experimented with another cake and it turned out well. So they're happy with it here at the office. I come and bring them to the office.
Nice. That sounds awesome. Thank you, Miss Carmen, and congratulations. You are now a woman that even when you have fires, gets done what she wants to get done.
Right.
That's evidence. Okay, pass it on. Krista or Shireen?
Krista.
Ah, can't talk. All right. So, one of my wins last week was I was in a 3-day trial. It was only supposed to be 6 to 8 hours. It was 3 days.
Oh my
So
goodness.
we were able to juggle
with a
everything.
with a very difficult opposing counsel.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Very difficult. Thank you, Carmen. They were listening to me and asking me, and I was telling them things. And so but anyway, so we got a very good outcome. We were able to juggle everything at the office and make sure that things were still getting taken care of and clients were still getting taken care of. And then, so that was a good win because everyone was working together. Another win I had is that I got to spend about an hour and a half with my parents this weekend, just hanging out, talking with them, just me and them. Just we haven't done that in a while, and just just relaxing with my parents and having a glass of wine with my mom.
Nice.
So that was a great win. So something I'm looking forward to is Easter is coming up in a couple of weeks, and we'll be spending with my parents at their lake house. So that will be nice because the kids haven't been there in a while. And then my daughter will be performing at state for color guard competition this weekend. So I'm looking forward to looking forward to doing that. But I'm looking forward to the season being over.
Yeah. I remember.
really-
Yep.
I'm looking forward to us being done for a little while. I mean, she's going to start right back up practicing in a couple of weeks, but yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to, not having competitions every weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it. Bring us home, girl.
Alrighty. So my kids did not do sports or major activities or anything like that, and it is an entirely different life than my friends that have kids that have to be all these different places. Um, no specific like when is coming to me other than it's just a general like good meetings with people and connecting and so that's been fun. I also made a little pivot in my schedule and I have blocked 9 to 3 on Wednesdays just for like big vision day, like just not task, not hence the reason you got that post
I
on
know, I loved
Wednesday.
it. That was awesome.
Just like we're going to just be in it. So that was good. What I'm looking forward to, I'm enjoying the spring right here and now. Will be super hot. We have a little cold snap where it got down into the 50s at night and then it's like 70, 80 during the day. So just like perfect weather.
Been in the 40s here.
It's what?
It's been in the 40s. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love that. Like we sleep with our windows open when it's cold like that. And I love my down comforter and all the things that aren't just that I still love in the summer, but they are not very conducive to comfort in the summer.
I'm gonna go from sunshine and 80 to 55 as the high tomorrow at home and rain most of the next 45 days.
Oh my, 45 days.
Yeah, although it's cleared up a little bit on some days, but yeah, it's a rainy season in Sandpoint.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for, oh, wait, did you say something you were looking forward to?
Yeah, just the spring and the good
Oh, yeah.
weather and like
Sorry.
this little bit of moment before it's
Hot,
not too
turbulent.
hot, not too cold, like just perfect.
Nice. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So based on, was everybody able to get to the Juicy Goal document?
Mine is giving an error message.
Do you want me to email it to you, Shireen?
No,
Yeah,
because
it just says unauthorized error 401.
okay, hold on. Let me see if I can share it another way. So,
It is probably me because other people seem to.
well, let me ask you a question. What is your Google Drive on?
So
Your
look at
email?
share. Let me go in there and do shared with me. I didn't quickly see it, but
But is your lodgewell.co the one that you sign into Google with?
I have so many. I honestly don't know
The
which one.
reason I ask is you see this little picture here with the pink. When I do my calendar, it's a different Google account. And so I have to
I
change
have
it.
7 Google accounts. Here, let me just go on the drive though, because I can go into the shared with me.
Try it now because I changed the access, anyone with the link. And it might take you there.
Yep.
Oh, can I say
Thank you.
something for evidence banks?
Yeah.
So I was reading, I'm reading E-Myth and I'm very slow on it. So I'm reading a few pages here and there. So I was doing the very first thing where you basically ask the universe, for a sign and you give it 72 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
my sign was, and I just thought it was really interesting. And of course, it's things you have to look at, but
Yeah.
my sign was that I was having a really bad day one night. And, I know a little bit about my son. He's doing a lot better, but he had a major meltdown, cussing and screaming and throwing things. And it wasn't like it used to be at all, but it was just when that happens, I normally shut down. I'm done for the night. And it was really bumming me out. And the next day, our friend, Carmen and I have a friend named Karen. Karen has an autistic son, sent me something through like Instagram, but just sent it to me privately about a little thing about raising autistic children. And it was just like this pick me up. I need it. Like,
Perfect.
thank you. And it wasn't like, cause I didn't tell anyone about it. I didn't, yeah, we have a little group text. I didn't say anything. So no one knew what was happening. So for me, it was like completely out of the blue and something that I really needed.
Cool.
I was just like, yeah, there's little miracles all over the place.
Absolutely. And everything in life is a miracle or it's not, right? Like that's
Right.
how I got it. Yeah.
I won't deep dive, but I have a friend who I thought she was crazy because she was like, I want to buy a house and the down payment will come. And I'm like, okay, you're Looney Tune. And she has just been gifted a condo worth $450,000 that
Ooh,
she's selling,
nice.
then
Buying
buy
a
her
house.
actual home.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
Anyway, crazy or not.
Thank you guys for sharing. So here's what we're going to do. I had a little bit different plan, but these have to be solidified in order for us to move on. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to give you an example. So Pam, take what you like and leave the rest, but I'm just going to copy what I typed here. And you all can make some adjustments to this, but I'm going to throw it into Chat GPT and I'm going to say,
Oh, yeah.
please rewrite this with in a succinct manner, showing with the understanding that this is my big juicy goal on how I want to be in the world. See what happens.
It's so cool.
Oh, well, it would help if I shared the text.
I don't have edit, request edit.
Would you like a version that's more playful, bold, or reflective? So you can even put in there like, please create a version that's playful yet intentional, right? Or whatever. So what it did was it took not working anymore, living proactively to create more ease and flow versus avoiding or too busy and zoning out. And it said living with intention and ease, free from the grind of work, energized and engaged in life, fully present in my new surroundings, and rooted in a sense of self that's no longer tied to productivity or busyness. Now, you can copy this with these two little squares and then put it into the document and wordsmith all you want to, or sometimes what I'll do is I'll copy and paste it into a Word document and kind of make my adjustments and then copy and paste what I want into whatever I'm finalizing. So I only say that because for me, ChatGPT has been really cool to do some goal work around, because sometimes I know what I'm trying to say and I say it in 3 sentences and ChatGPT can like put it down to 1 or 2 sentences. But here's the thing. If it does not capture what you're looking to capture, and these are the ones that are the to be, right?
Mhm.
And then the ones down below are the to do, right? And is a little bit more around financial.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So
A
like
little
Christopher,
slow, sorry.
in the to do for you is you want to take a trip without your kids, and you want to have like a long trip where they can come and visit you and then have less of your body, right? Have a rocking body. So that's what you
Right.
want to do. That's like a juicy goal around like a doing and a being, because these have to be really solidified, because then what we're going to do is look at these and say, okay, in order to have this work, we're going to back engineer it and say, what are some of the activities or tasks that I need to do in order to make this happen? Right. Well, in my world, part of that is shedding 50 pounds so that my joints don't ache and I have a lighter body. Right. So I know that in the month of April, I'm not going to lose 50 pounds. Right. So then if I back engineer and say, okay, how long would it take me to shed 50 pounds and build muscle? Right. Because part of this is around longevity to ski. So I don't want to just lose weight, because muscle is weight and sometimes you lose muscle as well. So then I think, okay, well, 50 pounds at so much per month would be 18 to 24 months. So in 2 years, I want to be at this point where I'm 50 pounds lighter and I've built muscle so that I feel strong. So then as I look at that, I think about, okay, well, what does that kind of break down? And I don't necessarily have to have all those other months figured out. But for April, because I know ski season is almost over, I'm going to the Monday hikers that they go out and hike Monday mornings, because I already have Monday mornings blocked off on my calendar. I'm going to make sure that I take the dog for a walk at least 4 times a week, a substantial walk, right? Like a mile to 3 miles or more. So like I have certain things that I want to do, because then what I'm going to share with you is this sheet in Canva where you can go in and write your juicy goals, like so you don't forget what they are here. And then we're going to put the tasks in here and have like a bingo. Like we're going to make it kind of fun.
Fun.
And if we have to, because I know we're kind of midway through April, if we have to make this May to get the task, we will. But my hope is that you guys can solidify the being and doing goals, and I'm going to let you work on those while we're on Zoom, because if you're like me, sometimes you shut off and then it's like, oh, I don't get back to it because I have all the other things that I'm thinking about doing, right? And some of you may decide not to use the bingo card, but put up sticky notes, for your bingo or whatever. But I just wanted to make this fun. So that's kind of the goal of this. So what I'd like for you each to do is really take a look at, like what you're saying and who is it that you want to be? Like, how do you want to be in the world? What do you want your presence? Like, do you want to walk into a room and you have a presence that like people respect? And so, Krista, I'm looking at yours right here too, this more put together, right? Not waiting to the last minute to do everything. Like, part of that might be like, what do you want your being to kind of express? And that's more put together, because then what we're going to do after these two, we're going to put some actions together so that we can start doing actions. But we're going to go back and do an exercise, because I heard all of you talk a little bit about fashion last time around kind of this who you want to be, and then how are you displaying that in your, like, you're doing your hair and your makeup, or like whatever. And so I'm going to give you the next 30 minutes, and we're just going to keep your cameras on, but to keep us accountable. But I want you to put yourself on mute, and I want you to work on this document right now. And I want you to get your to being goals and your doing goals as far as you can to say what you really mean. And that's where I was saying, use ChatGPT to help you create, if you struggle. Some people are great writers and they just can like whip it off. That is not my forte, right? So I want you to take this time, leave your cameras on, but feel free to push mute. And we're going to make this a working meeting right now so that we can put this together. And our mastermind might look slightly different at the end of the month. I might have you guys each talk about then what are the actions in May that you want to do to get closer to being who you want to be, because you are already it, but not at your biggest movie theater moment, right? And the things that you want to do in the financial or business wise is down below in the being, right?
So we're working on the to be first, right?
Yeah, either one, whichever one floats your fancy. My goal is by the end of this call that you have something that you feel pretty good with, that might have a little bit of tweaking as the year goes by, but that you feel pretty good that like, hey, this is going to motivate me. So like for me, the whole like skiing piece of it, I tapped into this feeling of not feeling very strong the last few times I've skied, because I didn't ski much for a month when I was sick, and it like your strength goes away. And I thought, you know what? I want to feel the opposite of that. So that tapped me in and has like really motivated me more. So like getting the dog, part of that, you guys, was the thought that it's going to make me more active. Right. So that when I make a decision, do I want to sit here and watch a Netflix show, or do I want to get up and go for a walk? The dog kind of helps premeditate what that answer is going to be. Right. So,
Has a clear
I have
version.
one.
yes. So, like, I don't want you to go there yet. Right. Like, that's the next step is what are some things? What would it take to then become these things? So, take some time. You're going to see people's names pop up, because as each of you work in these, it will pop up for you. But I want you to, were you the one, Shireen, that was something Naya Cat?
What?
I don't know. There was a dot up here that said Naya Cat or something like that. And I was trying to figure out if that was
I
you.
swear maybe, but that's not my name. I don't know.
I don't want just anybody getting to this, right?
Right.
So Debbie, can you put in the chat what you wrote in Chat GPT to write in a succinct way?
Yeah. And I would just say go out and play with it, right? Because like I put in there, You know,
That
because
one,
like
yeah.
now it's even saying, would you like a version that's more playful, bold, and reflective? Yes, please.
Mine said, that's beautiful.
So see, then it's going to pop out. Here are 3 styled versions. I'm living my best retired life. No more shoulds or to-do list dread, just flow, fun, and full presence. I wake up energized, explore my new surroundings with curiosity, and let go of work as an identity badge or whatever. So then, like, sometimes you can look at all 3 of these and you might decide to kind of intersperse some of them, right? Then you can say, please use one, or please recreate one that is both playful and bold. And then it kicks out another one. I retired the hustle. Now I wake up energized and free. No more chasing deadlines or hiding in busyness. So like you just kind of keep going, right? Let me know if you'd like to make it more personal, spiritual, or sassy. I'm here for it.
Let me see, mine didn't say, mine was not,
So here's the original one I put in there. I just put, please rewrite this in a succinct manner with the understanding this is my big juicy goal on how I want to be in the world.
oh, mine asked, actually, I just checked. It said, let me know if you would like this turned into a graphic or vision card.
Yeah, sometimes if you have the paid version, it'll do like photos. So I'll leave this up here and then you guys feel free to put yourself on mute or don't. I don't care. But I want you to do this in the next 25 minutes. And if you're done, just throw something in the chat and let me know that you're done.
You want us writing on that one?
You can. Like
I'm
at the end of
downloading
it, at the
'cause
end
I'm
of it,
messing with
Carmen,
it.
at the end of it, I
Yeah.
don't want to see the initial notes that I took based on what you said the other day. I just want to see your final product. So whatever is
Okay.
easiest for you. Sometimes I go off on a Word document myself and kind of wordsmith and do stuff and then put it into. But other times I work right in the document. So whatever works for you. So like Shireen, you see here, she has like version 1, version 2, and then she'll go in and make changes
Yeah.
and put the final version in there. Oh, did we lose Krista?
Mhm.
She has to go pick up her son. Ooh, the sun is coming
That's what
up.
happens when 3 kids are in 3 different schools that aren't on a bus route or close.
Got about 5 more minutes. Don't rush, but Okay. So I'm going to ask you to continue to work this, and I need like the Power Ranger pact of of agreement that we're going to have these ironed out and ready to go. Now, the thing is too, make sure they're not a gazillion paragraphs, right? Um, and that's so funny because like Shireen, some of you
Sorry.
use, no, that's good. This is the next step, right? Um, And so like in your April bingo card, it might be current LLC, right? Like you're
Mhm.
going to put in there whatever it is that you need. So, but I want you guys to have these firm, like, I don't know, Carmen, if this one too is both your being and doing, which is fine if it's both.
Mhm.
But what I'd like is just for ease, if some of this is your, yeah, however you guys want to put it in here, but I want like whatever's juicy, but I also want it to be something that it doesn't take you 5 minutes to read, right? So whatever you can do.
I was just asking it to refine it.
Oh yeah, perfect. Well, and I'm not just speaking to
Yeah,
you too, right? Like this is what I had to go through too. And so keep refining
nothing
it
personal.
and get it down to something that's readable for you, because this is something that what I'm going to ask you to do is every day take a look at this, whether it be like for me, I used to have a playbook that I looked at every day, but it wasn't like big juicy goals. It was all this stuff and it was just a little bit overwhelming. And it took me about 10 minutes to read it every day. But what I'm wanting is whether it's on a card that you put up in your office or on your bathroom mirror, like I want these juicy goals in front of you so that you can really take a look at them and it's a constant reminder for you. Then we'll have like the Canva, we'll do bingo cards. You might decide you want to do something different. Feel free to go out and play. I can share this with you. And you can handwrite them in, right? Or I don't know how to do it where it's fillable. Public
Um,
view link. Here we go. Go ahead. What were
you
you
should
gonna
be
say?
able to do a text box and then you just put the text box on the square
Yeah.
and then it removes the box and you just see the things.
Yeah. If you have Adobe that can do that.
But you're in Canva, right?
Yeah, but if you go in and change this one, then somebody else will come in and do it. Then
Oh, I have my own
right.
Canva account, so
Yeah.
I thought I would just do it in my Canva.
Well, if
Yeah.
you have a Canva one, I can
You could also you could give people access and you could actually name them differently. Like you could name them
well, you
like
can just copy a page, right? That's what I'll do. I'll just copy pages. Do you have Canva, Carmen?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you guys text me what email address you have listed in your Canva and I'll go through and put your names in here. Like I'll put I might put initials, but like I might put
Okay.
Shireen Fisher.
it's funny. Yeah, that font doesn't have
I don't like
a
it.
good F.
No, it doesn't.
And we can tweak it,
Yeah, but
like
that way you
different
know which
Aprils,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way you guys know which one to make the changes on. So I'll go through and do that and then I'll share this with you. But shoot in the WhatsApp for me I'll put it out there so Joni and Pam know. If you have WhatsApp, please put the email address that no, no. If you have Canva, you have Canva, please put your email address that is attached to your Canva account because we're going to fill out a bingo card. Because like you've already started, Shireen, and putting some of your to-dos, right? And this is kind of fun because you could even in this card, right? Like one line could be financial, one could be mental, one could be like
Yeah,
whatever.
and obviously I have others, but those were the ones that
Yeah.
just popped up first as
Yeah, because we're building onto this layer by layer, right? Because what we're going to do is put the big rocks in our bingo card, and then we're going to take and after that, when you go to do your calendar, like I was doing my calendar as I was talking to you, and in the back I have my monthly kind of big rocks written out, so you can see like it's not super full. But then when I go back to the day, then all that stuff you see in blue are the actions that would get me to that big rock being done. And I map it out to what day based on what I have going on. So each week you can take 5 or 10 minutes and kind of look at your schedule, because that's how you set yourself up for success, is to be able to look at, because if you have a really busy week and you're trying to get 5 other projects done, that's just setting yourself up for failure. And that sucks. That doesn't feel good.
Yeah, and I have some spreadsheet stuff that I'm using now with different
Okay.
tabs. And so there's like a thing on the spreadsheet that's more like elaborate on the first one for my, and it's for the week. And then I've put Monday through Friday because I want to try to Saturday and Sunday not,
Yeah.
be scheduled as much. And then the next tab I have is kind of the 3 columns that I'm personally working in. One column is like get lodge wall figured out,
Yep.
old and new. And then the next column is net zero, like just get to net zero. And then the third column's the 12 properties, And so
Yeah.
I'm more focused on the first 2 columns, right now, but
Yeah. And Shireen, I would say too, like part of that, when I do some of this, I like to put up flip charts and like just flip chart paper and use the sticky notes. That's what I was talking about before, where you say, what would it take to get to net zero? And you just write down everything you can possibly think of on the sticky notes. Get rid of the ones that you're like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. And some of them might be 2 years out or whatever, but like,
Mhm.
then you can pick and choose which ones you think will get you the furthest in this next year, right? Yeah.
Mhm. But
Okay.
referencing that daily to your point, does help, because it kind of just, if I don't do it, and some days I don't, then I feel like I'm just spinning before I know it,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm in my day and I'm in all the minutia and
Well, and here's the deal with manifestation. Manifestation is about building new neural pathways. So if we're building new neural pathways, reading this every day reinforces that new neural pathway that you're saying, Carmen, I am a woman that even when fires happen, I get everything done I want to get done. Right? Like by saying that over and over to yourself. And that's why, like, I used to start out, like, in my goals, I am a woman who runs a business that runs with profit. And the first step to that is getting to net zero, right? Like, or I'm a woman that runs a company that gets to net zero on a consistent basis, right? Like, whatever it is that I want, because that's recreating, it's like the evidence bank
and
that's recreating that neuro pathway.
and also when you're a woman that gets everything done, even when fires pop up, I guarantee you fewer fires will pop up because you're also not a woman who puts up with fires. Like
Yeah.
it's weird how it happens, but it's just then there won't be as many fires because you're more ordered.
And what will happen is you'll look at things that come up as fires today don't seem like fires in the future, right?
Correct.
Because every industry has things that pop up that you just don't think about, right? Shireen, an upset renter,
Yeah.
Carmen, something you had to get ready last minute for a legal thing, right? That you weren't aware of, or a client needs something immediately that you didn't have planned in your day, right? Like those things are just ways of life. And that's where I got to when it was like, oh, I'm on vacation, I'm traveling. Well, no, it's just my life,
Hmm.
right? And so then
Yeah.
I'm not off like, although I did drink for the first time the other day, and I will not do that again for a long time. It had been October, like I had a glass of champagne in the DR once in a while, but I had 3 lemon drops and I was hammered on my birthday.
Oh yeah, when you
Like
skip
that,
for a while,
right?
If you're not trained for that, oh
Right.
my
But the
goodness,
point being
yes.
is like, I've really gotten to a point where I'm kind of like, I just want to eat normal, right? Like not, oh, I'm on vacation or this, because it's just a part of my life. It's how I
yeah.
function in the world. That's that whole being part of it. So we function in a world where things come up unexpectedly that we don't know. Right. So we have to kind of plan for that. And then you're not as stressed out because you're looking at and saying, you know what, realistically, I can't get those 10 things done today. I can do 2 of them and allow some space because I know things will come up in my workday. And then I can get it all finished by the end of the week and it eliminates the stress.
And I find you ask for help a little bit more. You say yes a little less frequently.
Yep.
Just there's some things that just order when you do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, ladies, thank you for
Okay.
taking this time to work on that. Continue, and please, 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 by next week, let's get these hammered in because I want to keep us moving forward, kind of like a babbling brook, right? So let's keep moving forward, and then I will see you on Thursday because we have our coaching call. So if you have something you're dealing with, please bring it to that call on Thursday, and we'll see you then.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye.